All right. So let's continue with jumping lily pads. I'm going to read chapter 23 and we'll go from there. Okay. You ready? Settle in. There's a lot that happens between chapter 3 and 23, and I guess you'll just have to get the book to read it. It's available on Amazon. Chapter 23, Whispers of Wisdom. There is something remarkable that happens when we begin to flow with life instead of resisting it. The river doesn't ask the rock to move. It simply finds a way around it. Over time, even the hardest stone becomes smooth. That's how our grooves are formed, one gentle lap at a time. Spirituality is the process of remembering who we are. It's not something we go out and find. It's a return to love, to peace, to the inner truth. It is a profoundly personal journey. And once we begin, we can't go back. Not really. We might try to unknow what we now understand, but the heart won't let us forget. Once the light enters, it stays. The path of self-realization is simple, not always easy, but simple. We turn inward, we reflect, we trace the path of our lives and notice the patterns that emerge, patterns that repeat, patterns that shape, patterns that imprison, and those that free. And when we see them clearly, we have a choice to continue the cycle or shift it. I used to think spiritual growth meant I had to change myself. But I came to understand that nothing was wrong with me. Nothing needed fixing. My gifts were already perfect. They were waiting for me to see them that way. What I needed wasn't about changing. It was love, unconditional, unwavering love for myself, for others. That's when everything started to shift because life is that simple. When we come into this life, two sacred dates shape our journey, our use by date and our expiration date. The use by date is when the divine extends an invitation, an opening to align with our higher path. It's when the spark of curiosity arises, a whisper that asks why we're here, and if we lean into that curiosity, the universe begins to reveal deeper truths. From that point forward, we are guided, supported, and gently used for the highest good, ours and others. But if we turn away from that invitation, choosing comfort over alignment, our expiration date begins to draw near. One marks the awakening, the other is the completion. What we do in between is our choice. Writing this book has been one of the most beautiful journeys I've ever shared with the divine. I would sit quietly, ask what needed to be written, and let my fingers move. I'd pace around the house, take swim breaks, carry my laptop to the beach, or write in the activity lounge at Rancho La Puerta. Whenever inspiration arrived, I followed it. If I didn't fully understand something, the universe would act it out in front of me so I could witness it firsthand. Sometimes I played a part in the scene, other times I was the observer. Either way, I was being taught. Through it all, I learned what it truly means to not take things personally. At the end of each day, I cherished the quiet moment of climbing into bed beside my greatest love, my husband, knowing I was resting in peace, inside and out. My pond is sacred now. The lily pads have disappeared, not because I lost my way, but because I no longer need them. I don't wonder what comes next. I trust. I know that when it's time to leap again, the next lily pad will rise to meet me, just as it always has. Things that make you go, hmm. And then there's the in between, the wisdom that is too wild to tame into a single story, the truths that live between the lines. So I'll leave these here for you, sacred breadcrumbs along your trail. Follow them as you will. Let them nourish your courage, faith, and memory. Treat others the way you wish to be treated. This is the seed of karma. When you're pointing the finger at somebody, remember 3 fingers are pointing back at you. When your feathers get ruffled, the divine is nudging you. Pay attention. Old behaviors are comfort zones, but they also keep us stuck. It takes 21 days to build a new habit. It may take 21 triggers before your feathers stay smooth. People are mirrors. What you see in them lives in you. Blame is a way of dodging accountability. Ownership is freedom. Menopause isn't the end, it's a sacred pause, a time to recenter, to release, to prepare for what is next. Those hot flashes, surges of divine energy are preparing you for your new journey. Men have their version of menopause. We call it a midlife crisis, a sacred time to reevaluate everything you thought you knew. For every disease man creates, Mother Earth will create a plant that will heal it. She always has. Plants have roots, and they help us get rid of the root causes of our diseases. Pharmaceuticals may help, but they often create 5 more imbalances. Healing isn't in the pill, it's in the pattern. If understanding doesn't come from within, don't outsource it. That gives your power away. Every physical symptom is an every physical symptom has an emotional root. The body speaks what the heart suppresses. The body believes every word you say. Speak gently to it. Cancer isn't a death sentence, it's a wake-up call. What needs to be reevaluated? The chakras are the body's sacred messengers. They send energy to cleanse, clear, and renew. Affirmations in man-made language are cute, but often hollow. Mantras in Sanskrit, they are vibration. They change you. Wisdom isn't knowledge, it's the application of knowledge. Don't rush to fix someone who doesn't ask for help. The lesson is theirs. Don't rob them of their karma. There is one truth. Just because it's not your truth yet doesn't make it untrue. The leader, whether a teacher, a boss, or president, holds the dominant energy. Choose that role with care. Every single thing that happens is divinely orchestrated. Every single thing. Our beliefs, our BS, change more than anything else. They deserve constant revisiting. Hold your beliefs like water. Let what doesn't nourish you slip through your fingers. Gripping too tightly chokes the life out of something. Practice release. Practice non-attachment. When we retell stories from the past, our bodies relive them. Let the past rest in peace. You'll know you've healed when the story no longer stings. When you second guess yourself, you're telling your soul, I don't trust you. Trust yourself. Goosebumps, truth bumps. The divine is speaking. When your desire is born in the heart and your commitment is unwavering, that is the voice of God. Knock, knock. Who's there? None of ya. None of ya who? None of ya business. Stay in your lane unless spirit invites you into someone else's. Pick up trash when you see it. It might be your treasure. Your intuition is yours. It's a sacred compass, not a public announcement. Put people on pedestals. They only have one way to go, down. The divine belongs there, not people. Don't take things personally. Every encounter is a gift, even if it's wrapped in sandpaper. This is so true. What you admire in others is the divine whispering, that's in you too. Come on. That's when we say people are our mirrors. When you create in love, love infuses the creation. Rejection is God's protection. Everyone is worthy of healing, and Western women are going to change the world. So get ready. All right. Chapter 24. The leap beyond the lily pad. There's a moment in every seeker's journey when the water stills. The pond, once filled with ripples of longing, loss, and transformation, grows quiet. The lily pads that once appeared just in time, the ones we left in the moments of blind faith, begin to fade into memory. Not because we no longer need them, but because we've become what we're searching for. That moment has come. This chapter isn't just the end of a book, it's the beginning, a sacred pause, a space between the inhale and the exhale where something greater takes over. The part of the journey where the divine gently says, you've made it. You remembered. I didn't write this book to be a memoir. I wrote this as a mirror, a way for you to see your reflections, not through my life, but through the truths that connect us all. I lay bare my stories not to be followed, but to remind you of your own. What I've shared, grief, forgiveness, divine intervention, karmic reckoning, healing, surrender, joy, and faith, isn't exclusive to me. It belongs to all of us. We are all on the path that in some way remains incomplete until it's not. Each chapter has been a breadcrumb. Each story is a whisper, not of who I've been, but of who we all are when we stop pretending and start remembering. You were never broken. You were never lost. You were never late. You were becoming. And now it's time to leap beyond the last lily pad. This is where everything you read begins to integrate, not into your mind, but into your body, into your daily steps, into the choices you make when no one is watching, into the breath you take before you react, into the prayer you whisper when no one else can hear. This is the practice, the embodied truth, the living wisdom. The river doesn't end at the pond. It flows onward, and so must we. If I could give you one final message, it would be this. Everything is already inside of you. The voice, the knowing, the courage, the clarity, the light. It's been whispering all along, waiting for the noise to quiet, waiting for you to trust it enough to follow. That's what the lily pads were training you for, not for the leap, but for the stillness between leaps. That's where God lives. You don't need another credential. You don't need to earn your worth. You don't need to fix, strive, hustle, or perform. You need to remember who you are and then live as if you truly believe it. There will still be moments of forgetting, moments of doubt, but they will pass like clouds across the sky because now you have the tools. You have language, you have your sacred rhythm, and you have the divine walking with you, in you, as you. So go now, not to seek more, but to see more clearly, to laugh louder, to love deeper, to forgive faster, to trust the pauses, to honor the process, to bring your wisdom into every space you enter, and to leave behind a little more light wherever you go. The leap has already begun. Trust it, live it, become it. Epilogue. The sacred return. There is a moment, quiet, still, unmistakable, when you realize you've become the person you once prayed to meet. Not perfect, not fully arrived, but deeply aligned. This book began with questions. What do we believe? What are we here to do? How do we heal? And now, as I place this final stone on the path, I see how every chapter was that beautiful breadcrumb leading me home to myself, to God, to the truth, the trust, and to love. I thought I was writing a book, but really the book was written for me. Every memory that surfaced was a messenger. Every painful moment is a portal. Every story is a seed. I now see how each one cracked me open so that more light could pour in. The lily pads were never just destinations, they were stages of growth, teachers in disguise, invitations to leap with faith, even when I couldn't see where I would land. Some were smooth, some were slippery, some dissolved the moment I touched them. But I kept jumping, and now I know there was never a wrong turn. There was never a misstep. I was only learning. There is no map for this kind of journey. The divine doesn't hand you GPS coordinates. You're given whispers, sensations, sacred nudges, people who feel like portals. Miracles are hidden in ordinary days. What I've learned is this: you are not here to chase purpose. You are here to embody presence. You're not here to force healing. You're here to allow it. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be true. Let go of the belief that you're behind. You're right on time. Let go of the story that says you must earn your worth. You are already divine. Let go of the fear that says light might leave. Love never dies, only form changes. The path has broken me and built me. It has stripped away what wasn't real and revealed what already was. I'm not who I used to be, and I'm so grateful. What I hold now is peace. Not the kind you chase, the kind that finds you when you finally stop running. You don't have to walk across a country to find your truth. You don't have to suffer to be worthy. You have to listen deeply, gently, inward. The next lily pad will always appear. The next teacher will always come. The next step will always be guided. And when you don't know what to do, be still. Place your hand on your heart. Remember who you are. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are becoming. Whatever you are ready for, the divine is ready too. So leap, beloved. The whole universe. So leap, beloved. The whole universe is waiting to catch you. The end. It's time to jump. So